In spite of its impressive catalog of games and exceptional design, the PS Vita has struggled to make an impact in the portable gaming market. Nintendo's 3DS seems untouchable, and the rise of smartphone and tablet gaming has weakened the appetite for dedicated handhelds overall. But Sony hasn't given up. This year, it introduced a redesigned version of the Vita in Japan that is slimmer, lighter, more colorful, and less expensive, but at the sacrifice of the original's gorgeous OLED display and more premium build. But was it a worthy trade-off? The new PS Vita trims 20% of the thickness and 15% of the overall weight, making for a considerably more compact portable that, well, feels more portable. It fits more easily in bags or even pockets, but I'd be reluctant to call it pocketable. Still, it's a huge improvement over the bulky design of the original. The controls and button configurations have remained largely unchanged in terms of design and layout, save for new circular, slightly larger Start, Select, and Home buttons. On the rear, however, Sony has scaled down the size of the touchpad, making the finger grips wider. It makes the Vita more comfortable to hold and limits the chances of accidentally triggering a touchpad command. On the top, Sony has eliminated the mysterious data port and mounting brackets, which were never really used by consumers to begin with. Instead, now there's just the game card slot and a new pair of LED status lights which indicate system notifications and charging status. The new Vita also offers more variety in color choices at launch, ranging from hot pink to blue and of course the traditional black. It's also important to note that at launch there's no 3G variant of the new system, but given the poor network speeds and added cost, it shouldn't come as much of a surprise. The overall build quality definitely feels cheaper than the previous generation, but it's not a huge step back. It's still durable and it's still well constructed. The most notable difference between the original model and the new slimmer variant is the display. Sony has traded the launch model's stunning OLED display in favor of a comparatively less costly traditional LCD. While the resolution remains the same, the LCD isn't nearly as bright and colors aren't as vibrant as the OLED. But it's by no means bad. The LCD offers great viewing angles and the muted tones actually create a more natural color palette compared to the OLED's oversaturated presentation. And just like the build, the screen isn't bad. In fact, it's pretty good. It's just not as good. But regressing to an LCD display actually affords a functional benefit: battery life. The new Vita offers several extra hours of use over the original model, jumping from an average of 5 hours per charge to up to 7 hours during my testing. There's also new integrated storage, a feature the launch Vita critically lacked. The slim model comes with 1 GB of built-in storage, which leaves room for smaller title installs, saves, and patch data. It's a useful inclusion, but it doesn't alleviate the need for an extra memory card, especially if you intend to download games from the PSN. With cheaper hardware, the new PS Vita may seem like a step back for the platform, but it could be the key to its survival. The new design makes it more portable and more comfortable to use, and while the new display isn't quite as nice as the originals, it yields better battery life. Most importantly, it allows Sony to be competitive and flexible on price, which may make the system more accessible to a broader audience. And with features like remote play and cross-platform purchases, the Vita is quickly becoming an appealing companion to the PS4. Now all Sony has to do is bring the new Vita to the rest of the world. For all things PS Vita, keep it locked to IGN.